So everyone's talking about the Steelers way. Comments made by Big Ben said maybe the tradition is done. Now, I've got a bit of a different opinion to this, and you guys can have your opinion too. The Steelers way. First of all, what is the Steelers way? To me, and I think to everyone out there, the Steelers way might be completely different. Some might say that the Steelers way could be winning Super Bowls. Like the standard is a standard. You have to go and win Super Bowls. Some might say the Steelers way to other fans or players is to play physical football, right? We haven't seen that as much this year with this team. But that also to accounts too that you have a lot of injuries, things happening. And yes, the last 2 weeks weren't good. But I do find this stuff pretty funny. And not like in a ha-ha funny, like in a bit like odd or obscure kind of way, right? We talk about the Steelers way. The Steelers way right now is to find a way, like my mate Merrill Hodge talks about, by finding a way, no matter what. The Steelers way right now is they are sitting there in the 6th seed, playoff talk with 4 games to go. A lot of fan base right now is acting as if the season is over. I understand that the team is not a good team right now. They're trying their best, or maybe some players aren't trying at all. But there's a bit of miscommunication on defense, on offense. We have Trubisky as quarterback. But to say that the Steeler way is dead, I think first of all you have to kind of define what the Steeler way means to you, and then you can probably judge if it's dead or not. Big Ben came out and said that he wants to see people, players, grab players by the shoulder pads and say to wear the black and the gold, right? Big Ben's only been removed from the Steelers for 2 years. 2 years. So isn't there a bit of, not saying all, blame on him. There's blame on coaching. There's blame on players, drafting, all those kind of things that pretty much every other organization faces. But also a little bit of blame on Big Ben as well. Maybe he could have passed the torch better. Maybe we could have had better transition in getting a quarterback while Big Ben was the understudy. But a lot of times as well, while Big Ben could have, mentored someone. A lot of times as well, though, we didn't see Big Ben do that. But Big Ben came out pretty hot and said the Steelers have lost their way. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. It does feel different. It has felt different. Not even just the last 2 years. It's felt different since, 2017, 2018, where they haven't been getting to the playoffs consistently. They've been getting beat down. You think about the Browns game, right? Is that the Steelers way for Mike Pouncey? Maurkice Pouncey to, throw the ball over Ben's head and then not jumping on the football, and him and the running back, what's his name? Connor fighting over to jump on it? No, that's not the Steelers way. So you can't just say the Steelers way being, okay, it's the last 2 games. That's it. See you later. Goodbye. This team sucks. The team has been inconsistent for about a few years. And it starts with the losing to the Jags in the playoffs. It starts to losing in Big Ben's, one of his final playoff games, or his final game ever, versus the Chiefs. He had a great win at home and the send-off and all those kind of things. We went to the playoffs. We got smoked. So it's not just because we lost to the Arizona Cardinals or we lost to the Patriots a few weeks ago, right? Still, that's what I want to say. If you want to find, or the Steelers way, then figure out your own definition. To me, my Steelers mentality as a fan and viewer of this team is that they play physical, they run the ball hard, and they get the job done. Are they doing all those 3 things? Not overly. But however, at the same time too, the game has changed quite a bit. The Steelers way to me, if you want to look at any Steeler, and I should say Troy, but I look at any Steeler, I look at James Debo Harrison. He is the Steeler to me. Some will say Mean Joe Green. Some will say Jack Lambert. Some will say Mel Blount. All those kind of legends. Some will say Hines Ward. There's different Steelers for different periods and how you defined the Steelers way. And also, because there is so many different, maybe identities or theories or ideas, what you have or perception of your team, and the media plays a big part of that as well. Social media, the media, Big Ben, Peterson, Cameron Hayward, Ike Taylor, Mark Bergen, all these guys have podcasts, DK, Ramon Foster. There's that many voices out there. Sometimes you begin to lose your own voice, if that makes any sense. You follow all the podcasts, you read everything, and then you lose what you actually think about the team. So the Steelers' way to me is play physical, which they have to be. They're trying to do, but I want to see more. I want to see them wrap up tackles. I think Roberts is playing that way. I think TJ's playing that way. I think Warren's playing that way, along with Najee and also Connor Haywood. Right? They're playing physical. I want to see that. The other way is the Steelers' way is, even in bad times, like with Hines Ward, get up and smile. We're not seeing that from George Pickens or Deontay. It's becoming more about themselves, right? So, yeah, in some sense, Big Ben is right. Like, the team does not look competitive wearing the black and gold. And we don't know what to expect week in, week out. But on the other side, I want to say, rather than say the Steelers have lost their way or Steelers, it's gone, because that's the media buzz term this week is fire Mike Tomlin, and also what is the Steelers' way? The Pittsburgh Steelers have to find a way to get back their mojo, get back their physicality, start winning games, playing together as a team, playing together, as one, and that's clicking on all cylinders, all that kind of stuff, led by Trubisky until Kenny Pickett gets back, and find a way to the playoffs because they're there sitting at 6th seed, right? Anyways, that's my little bit on it. I just want to say my few thoughts on the Steelers' way. We hear that about the Patriot way. We hear that about the Steelers' way. But it comes down to pretty much the way I see it is physicality, winning football games, and not giving up and playing and communication as well. And we haven't seen that, not just the last 2 games. We haven't seen that for a long time. We win some games here and there. We're inconsistent. You beat the Bengals. It looks all nice and clean, awesome, 16-10. Then you lose 2 in a row. They might beat the Colts. They might beat the Bengals again. And then next minute, they might lose to the Seahawks and then Ravens. So the Steelers' way, I think, can be defined differently from different fans, players, coaches, and media guys alike. Anyways, guys, that's it. I'll see you guys later. I'm going to have a good day at work today. I start tomorrow at 6 a.m. So 6 a.m. till 12. I'm not too freaked out about this stuff, man. You jog on, you move on. Let's just see if the Steelers can beat the Colts. If they can't, you just keep going. If they do beat them, fantastic. We're 8-6, and we're in the playoffs. If we lose, then you just deal with it.